The national animal of Singapore is the lion. Singapore's choice of the lion as its national animal represents one of the most fascinating examples of symbolic adoption in modern nation building. Despite the absence of wild lions in Southeast Asia for centuries, this majestic creature has become deeply embedded in Singapore's national identity, appearing on everything from the country's coat of arms to its currency, and giving the island nation its very name. The historical connection. The relationship between Singapore and the lion traces back to ancient maritime legends and the founding myths of the island. According to Sejarah Melayu Malay Annals, a 14th century Sumatran prince named Sang Nila Utama landed on the island during a hunting expedition. Upon seeing a strange creature that his chief minister identified as a lion, he took this as an auspicious sign and decided to found a city there, naming it Singapura, derived from the Sanskrit word simha, lion, and pura, city, literally meaning lion city. This foundational story has endured for over 6 centuries, despite historical questions about whether lions ever naturally inhabited the region. Archaeological evidence suggests that the creature Sang Nila Utama encountered was more likely a Malayan tiger, which did roam the forests of Malay Peninsula and Singapore until the early 20th century. However, the symbolic power of the lion had already taken root in the collective imagination, and this mythological connection would prove more enduring than biological accuracy. The lion's prominence in Singapore's identity was further reinforced during the colonial period. When Sir Stamford Raffles established the modern settlement of Singapore in 1819, he retained the historical name, and British colonial administrators embraced the lion's symbolism, finding it resonant with their own heraldic traditions where the lion represented courage, strength, and nobility. Symbolic significance. The lion's adoption as Singapore's national animal transcends mere historical accident. It embodies the aspirational qualities that the young nation sought to project. In heraldic tradition and cultural symbolism across many civilizations, the lion represents courage, strength, vigilance, and leadership, attributes that align perfectly with Singapore's national character and ambitions. Courage manifests in Singapore's bold economic policies and willingness to innovate despite its small size and lack of natural resources. The nation's transformation from a modest trading post to a global financial hub required tremendous courage in policy-making and strategic risk-taking. Strength is reflected in Singapore's resilience and ability to thrive despite geopolitical challenges and economic uncertainties. The island nation has weathered numerous crises, from a 1997 Asian financial crisis to the 2008 global recession and the recent COVID-19 pandemic, emerging stronger each time. Vigilance is perhaps most evident in Singapore's approach to national security and governance. The nation maintains constant awareness of regional and global developments, adapting its policies and strategies accordingly. This vigilance extends to economic planning, urban development, and social cohesion, areas where Singapore has become a global model. Leadership qualities are demonstrated through Singapore's role as a regional hub for finance, technology, and diplomacy. Despite its small physical size, Singapore punches well above its weight in international affairs and serves as a bridge between East and West, developed and developing economies. The lion and national symbols. The lion's integration into Singapore's official symbols demonstrates the depth of its cultural significance. The national coat of arms features 2 lions as supporters, flanking a shield that represents Singapore itself. The lion on the left represents Singapore, while the tiger on the right represents Malaysia, symbolizing the historical ties between the 2 nations during Singapore's brief period as part of Malaysia from 1963 to 1965. The design of the coat of arms is rich with symbolism. The lions stand on a compartment inscribed with the national motto, Majulah Singapura, Onward Singapore, while the shield they support contains symbols representing Singapore's multicultural society, a red lion head representing Singapore itself, and vertical blue and white wavy bands representing the country's maritime nature and the equality and multiculturalism of its people. Singapore's currency also prominently features a lion. The country's coins have traditionally depicted the lion, and various denominations of Singapore dollar notes have included lion imagery. This integration of the national animal into the most fundamental tools of commerce reinforces its importance in daily life and collective consciousness. The lion appears in numerous other official contexts, from government buildings and monuments to military insignia and national awards. The iconic merlion, Singapore's tourism symbol, combines the lion with a fishtail, representing the country's origins as a fishing village and its current status as a maritime trading hub. Cultural integration and modern relevance. Beyond official symbols, the lion has permeated Singapore's cultural landscape in countless ways. Schools, sports teams, businesses, and civic organizations frequently incorporate lion imagery and symbolism. The lion dance, though originating from Chinese tradition, has been embraced as part of Singapore's multicultural celebrations, particularly during Chinese New Year and other festive occasions. In contemporary Singapore, the lion symbolism has evolved to represent not just traditional virtues, but also modern aspirations. The Singapore lion has become synonymous with innovation, efficiency, and excellence. Singapore Airlines, one of the world's most prestigious carriers, uses the lion as part of its corporate identity, projecting these qualities to a global audience. The education system has also embraced lion symbolism as a tool for character building and national identity formation. Students learn about the historical significance of the lion and its symbolic meaning, helping to foster a sense of national pride and understanding of Singapore's values. Challenges and adaptations. The adoption of a non-native animal as a national symbol is not without its complexities. Critics have occasionally pointed out the irony of a tropical island nation claiming the king of the jungle as its representative creature. However, this apparent contradiction has been reframed as a strength, demonstrating Singapore's ability to transcend geographical limitations and natural constraints through vision and determination. Environmental considerations have also influenced how Singapore approaches its lion symbolism. While embracing the lion as a national symbol, Singapore has simultaneously become a leader in wildlife conservation and environmental sustainability. The country supports lion conservation efforts in Africa and has developed some of the world's most advanced urban planning strategies that integrate nature with development. Modern Singapore has found ways to honor its lion symbolism while remaining scientifically and environmentally conscious. The Singapore Zoo and other wildlife facilities provide education about real lions and their conservation needs, creating connections between symbolic adoption and practical conservation efforts. Regional and global context. Singapore's use of the lion as a national symbol places it within a broader global tradition of symbolic animal adoption. Many nations have chosen animals that represent desired qualities rather than native species. The United States with its bald eagle, which was nearly extinct when adopted, or England with its three lions heraldic symbol. In the Southeast Asian context, Singapore's lion symbolism creates an interesting counterpoint to its neighbors' animal symbols. While Malaysia features a tiger, Thailand the elephant, and Indonesia the Komodo dragon, all native species, Singapore's choice reflects its unique position as a cosmopolitan city-state that draws strength from global connections rather than territorial extent. This symbolic choice also reflects Singapore's pragmatic approach to nation-building. Rather than being constrained by geographical or biological realities, Singapore has consistently chosen symbols and policies based on their effectiveness in achieving national objectives. The lion's future in Singapore. As Singapore continues to evolve in the 21st century, the lion's symbolic importance shows no signs of diminishing. If anything, the symbol has gained new relevance as Singapore faces contemporary challenges such as climate change, technological disruption, and regional competition. The qualities traditionally associated with the lion, courage, strength, vigilance, and leadership, remain as relevant today as they were when Singapore gained independence. The nation's approach to emerging technologies, sustainable development, and social cohesion continues to embody these leonine characteristics. Recent developments in Singapore's smart city initiatives, digital transformation, and pandemic response have been described using lion metaphors, with leaders and citizens alike drawing on this familiar symbolism to understand and communicate about complex challenges and achievements. Conclusion. The lion's status as Singapore's national animal represents far more than a historical curiosity or symbolic gesture. It embodies a conscious choice by a young nation to define itself not by limitations, but by aspirations, not by what exists naturally, but by what can be achieved through vision and determination. From the ancient legend of Sang Nila Utama to the modern realities of a global city-state, the lion has provided Singapore with a consistent symbolic framework for understanding its identity and purpose. This enduring symbol bridges Singapore's mythical past with its dynamic present and ambitious future, serving as a reminder that national identity is not determined by geography or biology, but by the qualities of people choose to embody and pursue. The Lion of Singapore stands not in the savannas of Africa, but in the imagination and aspirations of its people, where it continues to inspire courage in the face of challenges, strength in times of adversity, vigilance in an uncertain world, and leadership in the community of nations. In this symbolic realm, the Lion City truly lives up to its name.